Hey guys, Terry here. I just wanted to make a little like a video sort of type post of sorts, so that I really want to sort of figure out what sort of type I actually am. I feel like I'm somewhere between ENTP and INFJ, but I'm not positive. I'm not even sure if my understanding of the cognitive functions is actually correct. So yeah, basically what I thought I'd do is answer a questionnaire that I found online and do it in a video, so that people can sort of hear how I approach it rather than just what I type. I feel like when you type up your videos, when you type up your replies to questionnaires and that sort of stuff, you've got time to edit, and people can sort of put up how they would like to be perceived. They can sort of lead it that way. You can't tell if someone's lying or if they're telling the truth, or if it's the whole truth, or you can't pick up any tones or that sort of stuff when people are responding by posting it up on the forum. So I thought I'd do this one, and yeah, just do it by video. So here we go. I'll get into it then. I don't want to take too long. It says, is there anything that may affect the way you answer the questions? For example, stressful time, mental illness, medications, special life circumstances, that sort of stuff. So no, there's not. I mean, it asks for my sex, my age. I'm 29. I'm a male. Current state of mind is okay, I guess. You know, pretty full on. I'm a little stressed with money, that sort of stuff, but no, I don't have mental illnesses or anything. Some people have told me that they think I've got ADHD, but I just disagree with them. And then it tells me to study these two images, and which one do I prefer? How would I describe it? I was actually going to skip these, but I'll do it briefly. Okay, what's the first one? The first thing that comes into my mind is just it's a beach. There's some sort of aurora there. I suppose I should copy these links down so that I can actually show people which ones I'm doing here. Okay, so it's a beach, there's an aurora, there's some stars, it's a low tide of sorts, I guess. That's about it. That's as far as that pic goes. I think it's a nice pic. It doesn't look like anything special to me because I see that pretty much that same thing every day. I actually live in a beachside town. That's it. That's my description of that picture. Alright, next pic. It says some woman eating a croissant. Pretty much, she's got a little cup there with what looks like tea. It looks a little too white to be a coffee. I don't know what the ball is. Wooden table. I don't know what else to say here. I mean, she's got a little like a bracelet on. Unusual picture. Unusual picture. I don't know what exactly I'm supposed to be trying to get from that one. To be honest with you. Yeah, that's what I see. Some woman eating a croissant with a cuppa. Alright, what's the next one? That's which one do I prefer? I prefer the beach. I prefer the beach one. It's just a better pick. Alright, so please describe yourself as a person if you were to introduce yourself to someone else, like in a cover letter. What kind of person are you and why? I would describe myself as an honest person. I can be brutally honest. Whether that's good or bad sort of depends on how you view things. I'm hard-working. That's the kind of stuff you put in a cover letter. I don't feel like when you write cover letters, you're writing that to an employer. You're not writing that to like. It's not how you'd speak to someone in real life. That's how I see it. I mean, usually kind of upbeat. I mean, I'm very, very introverted, very reclusive. I wouldn't put that in a cover letter. You know, I'm a quick learner. I've got a variety of interests, all that sort of stuff. I'm able to know what I've got to do pretty quickly. But sometimes it can take me a second. If I'm blasted with too much information, you know, that's going to be a bit more difficult. I can't keep on top of it all. Then I basically need to go through things like one by one and sort out what I'm doing. And then once I understand something, that's it, I've got it. I'll be able to do that and multitask while I'm learning other stuff or doing other stuff at the same time. But yeah, this says like what kind of person are you? I'm a very, very honest person. I call things out when I see it, or depending on how I think that's going to be taken. I don't want to hurt people's feelings, but in my head I'll definitely call it out. I do it on internet forums and stuff like that a lot. I'll call people out, question things that they say that I think might be wrong, or just not even just that. Sometimes it's more like I just want to understand their point of view a bit more. Because it's like what they say isn't clear. It's not. I don't understand what they're going on about. Pretty much, I need like what are you actually talking about? Elaborate, sort of thing. So I know what the hell your argument actually is. yeah, so how would I describe myself as? But that's about it. I mean, I'm pretty friendly, quiet, hardworking, like I already said. That's it. I mean, I'm loyal. I'll be loyal to an employee, loyal to my wife, loyal to my friends, all that sort of stuff. I won't bag people out behind their backs, all that funny business. That's it. I feel like I'm just a pretty average kind of guy. Now it says, what kind of person would you like to be and why? I would like to be someone who is more interactive, more socially active, less awkward, maybe a little less introverted. You know, maybe get out the house a bit more, do more things, see more stuff. I'd like to be more active when it comes to calling people out on things as I see it. I'd rather not keep all that stuff in my head so much. I'd like to just feel like I can be more creative. I'd love to be given more room to be creative because I feel that's where my mind is. That's where I have the most fun, is when I'm able just to brainstorm and really get into things, that kind of stuff. But I hold it back a fair bit, and I keep things in my head. Like, I've got so many ideas for, like, even just my work where I am now, but I'll keep them all in my head until, like, I feel like I've proven myself and I'm then in a position to actually approach people higher up than me with my ideas. So the kind of person I would like to be is creative, you know, not afraid to let things out that are in their head, like someone who doesn't keep it all inside. You know, less socially awkward, maybe more friendly, more caring, more upbeat. You know, because I feel all of this inside, but it doesn't really come out in the real world a whole lot. So that's basically what I would like to do, I guess, is that maybe it's confidence, I'm not too sure. I'd like what's in here to come out more. That's pretty much the end of it, because all the stuff I've said is how I think, and I just want it to come out into the real world more, and be less hesitant and less worried about how things are going to be taken. What kind of person do I not want to be, and why? I don't want to be someone who has no morals, no ethics. I don't want to be someone who lets down all their friends, lets down their wife, lets down just everybody and themselves. That's the kind of person I don't want to be. And when I get stressed out and start, you know, slacking off when it comes to maybe keeping on top of looking for new work, if I'm unemployed, I'm not unemployed at the moment, or when it comes to slacking off on study, slacking off on playing guitar, learning new stuff, that's when I feel at my worst, is when I'm failing, all that sort of thing. Okay, so now let's get to the next question, because this video is apparently going to take forever. Do you think there are any differences to how you described yourself and how people actually perceive you? How do you think others would describe you? If there are any discrepancies between these two that you are aware of, do you know why exactly that is? Yes, there is. People would describe me probably as very reserved, very standoffish, pretty cold, not really that friendly, never really smiles. They probably think that I'm not caring, which is all, that's not true at all. That's not true. That's in my head, in my heart, that's not true, but it is how I would come across, because I'm a total introvert. I keep a whole lot inside. What else? So yeah, I'd come across as standoffish and reserved because I'm usually sort of squaring people up, sort of sussing out where they stand. I'm not sure how to phrase it. I'm trying to figure out who they are, if that makes sense. It can take a very, very, very long time before I'll actually warm up to somebody and really even be able to have a decent length conversation with them. So yeah, I'd probably come across as someone who's, I don't know, kind of standoffish, I guess. Yeah, I don't mean it, but that is how it would come across, because I keep everything in my head. Okay, if there are any discrepancies between these two, yeah, I think I can't touch on that. Next one, number 6. What in life do you find to be of importance and why? If you are unsure, you can always take the value test and post the results. Okay, so with that, I'm not going to take the value test. That's going to take forever, because I'm doing this like in one shot. Okay, so what in life do I find to be of importance? Honesty, pretty much number 1, that's it, honesty. I'm okay, my feelings don't really get hurt very easily. I want people to be completely honest with me. If I'm sucking at work, just tell me, you're failing, you suck, this is how you can be better. You got to, make it constructive so I can actually work with it. But that's pretty much, that's the main thing for me, I guess, would be honesty. Yeah, that's it. Loyalty as well. I don't want people talking behind my back, all that sort of stuff. If I find out that's going on, I'll just shut people down, bang, that's it. I won't even ask him about it. That's just, it's done. which is stupid. I should ask him about it because I might not even be being told the truth. But that's just how I am. What else do I find to be of importance? Alone time, for me personally, I need loads of alone time, and when I don't get it for extended periods, it really stresses me out, and I wind up going into some kind of depression, I suppose I would explain it as. I'm not sure how else to put it. I need my alone time. Yeah, so that's that. I mean, there's all sorts of other stuff. Like, of course, you need to be able to have fun and all that, but like, I'm talking like general life sort of stuff here. I like honesty, loyalty. I like to have my alone time. Obviously, I like to spend time with my wife and my daughter, and we need to be doing stuff, getting out of the house. Like, that's all important, general sort of family life stuff. I'm trying to get to like values here, which I think for me would be honesty, loyalty, and it's not really a value, but I need my time alone to just to process things and just take a breath, really, just to get, like, not work, not family, not friends, not anybody, just me in silence. I need that every now and then, and it pisses me off when I don't get it. Next one. How do you react to new situations in your life? Can you describe an event in your life where you were in an unknown situation, and how did you deal with it? Okay, how do I react to new situations? I wouldn't have a clue. I feel like what I want is, I want the information. I want to know what the way forward is. What is the goal? What are we trying to achieve? And then I want to know why that is. So that I can like look further ahead and be like, okay, so I know the reason now. So if I have to wing my way there, then I can. Describe an event in my life when I was in an unknown situation. This, I don't even know how to explain it. There was one time when I had to go and basically rescue someone from like a bikie den. And not much sort of went through my head then. That was a completely unknown situation. I didn't know any of the people, didn't know what was going on. I just marched in and got her, and that was that. Walked out. I didn't really analyse things a whole lot. I wasn't sussing people out. It was just go in and do it. Yeah, that's it. I mean, I'm not entirely sure how to answer this question, because maybe I'm not faced with many unknown situations, or maybe I'm always kind of prepared for them because I'm always in my own head, always thinking about things. So when things happen, maybe they're not really a fully unknown situation to me. I'm not sure. I don't really know how to answer that question. Next one says, please describe yourself when you're in a stressful situation. How do I act and why? Real life experiences are welcome. In a stressful situation, okay, sometimes I will start sweating a bit. Not crazy, like some people get a bit crazy, but I can feel it, or I feel like I could be burning up, like I just feel red, like the color red, if that makes sense. And how do I act? How do I act to it? Well, I guess I get a little, how do I act? I don't know. I feel like I would just focus on what needs to be done, and then try to do it as best as I can. So real life experiences, it says. I'm trying to think. I'm not entirely sure. I mean, there was some time at a place of employment that I've been at. There was a stressful situations. I would get bombarded with all sorts of tasks and stuff, multiple tasks to do at the same time, which is just not how I work at all. So in those situations, depending on the vibe, I would either ask, what order do you want these things done in, because I'm going to do them one by one, or I would just be overloaded and I'd go to work on like the one thing, and if that was the wrong one, or if I wasn't doing it all quick enough or whatever, I just feel like a total piece of shit, a dopey piece of shit, basically. Yeah, that's it. I mean, I'm not too sure where exactly to go with that one now. Next one says, please describe yourself when you're in an enjoyable situation. How do you act and why? When I'm in an enjoyable situation, that would be with my friends, with my family, when I'm doing things that I really, really love, like playing music, playing video games, that sort of stuff, maybe going out to jam sessions, or going out to like a pub with my friends. Go over a mate's place and play some Mario Kart or whatever, that sort of stuff. In those situations, I can be very talkative to my very close circle of friends. If there's any outsiders, then no, I'm not talkative at all. I'll completely shut down while I'm sort of summing them up, analysing them, sussing out who they are. Are they legit? Are they like a fraud, a fake? Are they telling me the truth? half-truths, is there something off with them, all that sort of stuff. I really sort of judge people and spend a fair amount of time sort of summing people up when I meet new people. But anyway, enjoyable situations we're talking about here. So no, I'm pretty upbeat, talkative, creative, funny. I laugh a lot. I don't know, I'm more of an extrovert in that sort of sense when I'm enjoying myself. Yeah, very much more creative, very much more more upbeat, more active, more present, more involved. Whereas in everyday life, when I'm not doing those kinds of things, I'm not really present. I'm sort of stuck in my head. I'm not really involved. I'm more detached. I'm not sure where else to go with that one. I don't have enough time for many more, so I'm just going to run down and have a quick read. See if there's one more that I want to do quickly before I post it up. I think I've spoken for long enough here. Alright, okay, one that seems like it might be kind of relevant. Here we go. What activities energize you the most? What activities drain you the most? The activities that energize me the most are music, playing video games, brainstorming on ideas, getting involved in like internet forums and stuff, reading people's opinions on this, on that, doing a bit of research into it, sort of chipping in my 2 cents. That's why I like all this personality type stuff, because it sort of sparks all that, and I'm able to sort of go researching new things, go having a look into all sorts of sources and stuff, or more information I can use, and then try and help people out in that way with all their like typing threads and all that sort of stuff. Or other stuff, like when my friends will come to me with like ideas for music, they'll hit me up about their lyrics or their chord progressions or the notes that they're using. That's the stuff that energizes me the most, is when I'm able to help people out by using my creativity, basically. That's pretty much it. When I'm able to use my brain in a way that's fun for me, that's when I'm energized, that's when I'm at my best. Funnily enough, as much of an introvert as I am, I've just realized everything that I've spoken about there involves other people. So maybe I'm some kind of introverted extrovert. I have no idea. What activities drain me the most is boring sort of theory and whatnot that doesn't mean anything. Like all sorts of philosophy, all sorts of books on God knows what, just all that sort of stuff bores the absolute hell out of me. Like when I'm reading like these law books and stuff, I'm actually studying law at the moment, and I'm reading it, and it is absolutely draining. I have to force myself to read these books, to read all the things, to do the essays, to do the exams, do the assignments. I have to really shut everything else out, because I seem to get very distracted when I have to do a task that I'm not very interested in. So yeah, those activities drain me the most. Boring sort of stuff where I have to do a whole lot of reading, and it's like it hurts my brain. At the same time, if I'm interested in it, I absolutely love doing that. I'll spend days reading into all sorts of like personality theory, music theory, the whole lot, but when it's something that doesn't interest me, then it's the complete opposite and it bores me. I switch off. I have to really force myself to do it. I think I will leave it there, because I've rambled on forever. I've got to go now. Yeah, hopefully I've answered enough here. What I do want to chip in here is I believe my stack, my cognitive function stack, would be introverted intuition, extroverted intuition, introverted thinking, extroverted feeling, maybe the other way around there, and then introverted feeling, extroverted sensing, introverted sensing, and then extroverted thinking. I think that's how I see it in myself. So what I want to do, what I'm hoping this video does, is get someone to just chip in their 2p and just be like, no, you've got this all wrong, you come across as this, you're not that, blah 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 blah. And then it'll just give me more to work with, so I can really sort of narrow it down and actually figure out what type I really am. I also resonate a whole lot with Enneagram Type 9 and Enneagram Type 5, especially Enneagram Type 5 Wing 4. But in saying that, I can't tell if that's just because I'm a total introvert and that's why I get those Type 9 and Type 5 sort of results and resonate with them a whole lot. I feel like if you put me in a situation where I was talking, like in the situations that energize me the most, and I answered the same questions, I might answer them a totally different way and get a different result. I don't know. But yeah, I'll leave it there. Yeah, pretty much I just want to see what people think. How do I come across? I thought this was a cool idea to do a Type Me sort of thing by video clip and put it on YouTube, rather than just type up the words, where I'm able to edit it and make it look however I want. This is more real. I've done it all in one shot. I don't have any sort of script or anything going on. So this is just me answering the questions from a questionnaire that other people answer as well. So yeah, I'll leave it at that. Alright, have a good one.